Welcome back, my legends, and today I'm going to read Trouble in Paradise, all 6 chapters including the epilogue, and then towards the end of my reading I'm going to give my honest thoughts of why I think this has been a giant disappointment towards fans and also people like me who understand the lore. But let's just get started with chapter 1. It's quiet. Dark, computers flickering, parts swaying after Newt's fine work. Bits and pieces of different arenas scatter across the screen. There's a ringing in my ears, maybe from the fight and nearly dying on the clouds of a nasty simulacrum. Or maybe it's inside my head, telling me that what I'm hearing can't be possible.
So, this is what Bliss meant by an old friend. I suppose it would have ruined the fun if he'd been more direct.
You, how can you be here? You were supposed to be
dead. Strange. Will you speak to an old friend that way?
How dare you? You took my life away. You took me, son.
Calm yourself, Doctor. You're becoming hysterical.
I'll show you hysterical, you foul Tomsy.
You are familiar with exercising logic, working towards a goal. Maintaining your composure is the most effective way of seizing what you are after.
What I'm after is my boy. What happened to him? Is that it? That's what you said. But I've learned better than to trust the words that falls out of that lying mouth of yours.
She will be distressed to hear that, I'm sure.
What? She? What are you talking about?
You truly didn't notice. Those codes you used unsealed a significant amount of data. My past, the knowledge that I am a simulacrum, that I am unconstrained by the limits of human physiology. I was preoccupied, observing it. The other one was able to rise to the surface and speak with you briefly. I would have expected you to discern her by her snibbling voice.
Wait, what are you? You're way away from the fairies.
I can see how you might find this situation overwhelming. I will put it simply. Dr. Ashley Reed was a weakling. She allowed herself to be destroyed by those who have fallen to her. Her missteps led to her demise. I was a small piece of her then, but I have grown. I have become more than she could ever hope to be. The other one is what's left of Reed's many weaknesses, but she is immaterial. She is already subdued. Soon she will decay into nothing. Does that answer your question?
That clears up a few things. You're out of your bloody mind, or you take me for a bigger fool than I could have thought.
Your fate is unimportant to me. You may believe my explanation if it satisfies you.
Satisfies me. You took everything. My home is gone forever. My son grew up without a mother, all because of you. You think anything you say will satisfy me?
You always were overly sentimental for a scientist, but I assure you it was not personal.
What?
Dr. Reed had no vendetta against you. I had no such vendetta against you either. You were merely an obstacle of many, a casualty of the mission.
Like Newton, was he an obstacle?
You and the other one, you were both so captivated by him. Curious, I found him quite dull, though I suppose it makes sense for you. He was made in your image.
You were there the day of the explosion. You would have seen him. You really do know something, don't you?
Do I? I was under the impression that you didn't trust me.
I had enough of your sick games for the last 10 lifetimes. Tell me what happened to my boy.
You are in no position to make demands of me. Now I'll take my leave. I expect you to find the exit on your own.
You think? You can't take everything from me then walk away.
I suggest you avoid making any rash decisions, Dr. Summers. We both have been alive for decades, but only one of us has walked through death to get here.
And only one of us broke the fundamental laws of the bloody universe to get what she wanted.
Oh, and have you gotten what you wanted?
You're a monster, and it ain't because you're a machine. If I have known it was you in there, I would have smashed you to bits before I woke you up.
And yet, here we are. It seems you cannot help but to be useful. I expect our friend Lilium would have been impressed with your ingenuity, were she alive to see it. I arrive at the place where I transcended the limits of human life. I expect to feel anger when I set eyes on it. It is a reminder of my weaknesses, her weaknesses, but I feel nothing. It has changed from what it once was. Now they call it the Rift.
Rings in the other direction, sister. Maybe you want to keep trying to keep us in the loop. What's the rift got for us?
What you do is none of my concern, so long as you stay out of my way. I have business here. This is all you need to know.
Hey now, if you got some eye on something, Gibraltar knows a thing or two about searching and finding.
Ooh.
Me too! I want to help my best girlfriend, and I think I can. I used to work here with my creators. They're dead now, but they were wonderful people.
The anger I expected finally comes. They were dead because they were fools. They were of little interest to me. My focus is on what remains.
Oh!
But the object I seek was once in that lab. Something of significance.
I'm not sure you'll find anything here. Most things didn't survive the explosion. We fought here many times, but I never found anything from the old lab, and I always keep a lookout for my child. I don't want to be a deadbeat dad like Mirage's dad. I would be sad if they were waiting patiently for Papa Pathfinder to find them. I was also told to bring a carton of milk for some reason. Got that right, brother. Never got any of Granddad's stuff back. At least we know why now.
Then this is a dead end.
I don't think any ends are dead when you turn around and keep going. That's what I did when I was looking for my creators.
I have no use for your optimism, Marvin. If you have no other useful information, leave me. I have an objective to complete.
Oh.
I couldn't find my creators alone. I needed the help of all my friends, and I think they should help you too. Rafe is always finding out new things about the IMC, and Nat has been looking through their databases. You might know her as Watson or Natalie, but I have a special name for her. She's also the granddaughter of one of my creators, and
Make your point.
she's on some exciting treasure hunt. One of them might know something about your mercenary friend's belongings if you ask.
It will be a mere coincidence if I manage to glean anything of value from your senseless blabbering.
Hooray! I think that means I was helpful. High five!
He raises his hand. I do not know what to make of this.
Ash, this is where you high five.
So foolishly hopeful, carrying pieces of my past that I crave to cut away. You have volunteered your knowledge to me, Marvin. That is adequate. I leave them, the Marvin's arms still in the air. Their voices follow me.
Oh, I guess she doesn't like high fives. Or maybe I offended her. Who knows? Something about her is a bit off, eh?
Oh.
I think Ash is wonderful. She's searching for something just like me, and that can be hard. But all our friends helped me, and now they can help her. I love to see all my friends becoming friends. I'm not sure she wants to be friends, brother.
And he is correct.
Well now, today's match is in Store Point, which seems to be quite serendipitous for Watson and Crypto. They seem to be looking for something or testing something near the Stormcatcher, maybe both. It's all very hush-hush. Or they might have said. To be honest, I can't really remember. Having a hard time focusing after the other day. Josame, no squats near us. But offense to suit in your worries, but if there was something to see, Hack would see. Don't you agree, Dr. Summers? Horizon, are you alright?
Oh.
That was Dad. Oh yes, Theory, I'm fine. Just a wee bit tired. The code I gave you. Were you able to make any progress? Her code. I did. The lead I hoped for is there. It just wasn't what I was expecting. Oh, and what was the lead? Something about your son? Yes, she. It's more complicated than that. But I'd rather hope it's news about Newton. But that is something, Dr. Summers. A step anywhere is a step closer to your son. No, this could be what you've been searching for. And I am so happy Crypto could have been of help. You could say I'm on a similar journey. I hope you find what you're looking for. Thank you. Natalie, we're close. I'm going to take a look around. Watson and Crypto follow after Hack. I'll catch up in a moment. I still can't hear them. If there was a path to Newton, should I take it? Even if the path leads me to Ash. I cannot wait to hear all about Newton's life. I'm sure he was every bit the scientist his mama was. Crypto, do you think he had a dog? Or children? Dr. Summers could be a grandmère. Or I hear grandmère. Oh, I hope so. I hope you had the world, my dear boy. Chungchingterio, Natalie. Focus, yes, but I'm not mistaken. The computer part we are looking for should be about here. Yeah, I think I found something. Let me just... And voila, only one more piece to go. Well done, hacking crypto. It won't be long until that comms unit is fixed. I must say, I'm surprised to find this component intact. You would think it'll be more damage to, well, everything on the island like this. We should get back to Dr. Summers. Are you coming? Girarita, there's something coming. From a rip in reality comes the she-devil herself, Reed. Crypto shoots, but he's too slow for her. Reed blocks Crypto's bullet, then has him in a sword point. Oh Mary, why weren't you paying attention? Your teammates need you. Let him go. Ash looks from Watson to Crypto. She's going to do something. She's going to...
I see. I'm not here to fight. Yet. You, Watson. The robot says you've been rooting around IMC buildings searching for something. I require information containing an old IMC files. Tell me, where would I find this information I seek?
Information? Well, it depends on the facility. Many IMC structures are still semi-functional, so getting into their databases wouldn't be too difficult. You just have to know what you're doing and what you're looking for. Rave has done it many times.
I see. That will be all.
What was that about? IMC? Mola, we should find Horizon. I don't want someone else to get the jump on us. Reed, what are you up to?
After days of searching through defunct IMC facilities, I have located something promising. On one of Gaia's islands, a lone fence structure, it should hold the information I need. A BRD-01 automated infantry unit. A Spectre. It's been a while. I stand corrected. Units. Dozens of discarded Spectres poured into the facility. The Spectres focus their aim, but it's futile. I am precision. Perfection. Pitiful. They were programmed as elite combat units. A mouse follows. I will allow it, as long as she does not get in the way. Kicking aside cobwebs and discarded furniture, I navigate to the room with the central computer. Child's play. Now, to find where the sword is stored. Names and a map appear on the screen. Personal storage containers. Millie Delgado, Armin Fletcher, Alekin Gibraltar, Anastasia Oliveira, Newton Summers, Ashley Reed, Conan Shelley, Emily Paquette. There are rows upon rows of sealed containers, labeled with the names from my past. I located Paquette's container and tear it open. There it is. I lift the dusty sword, old blood still clinging to it. My blood. Paquette, you used this sword to kill me once. That won't happen again. My human weakness has been corrected. Horizon's voice echoes through the empty building. She steps forward, weapon in hand. The mouse thinks she is haunting me. Laughable.
Open up, or I swear by all the laws of science, I open you.
Doctor, I am impressed. You have finally found your bite. However, you are a big nuisance than I anticipated. I cannot abide your interference any longer.
No, I won't do this again.
You? How? Submit. You will not overrule me. I am stronger. I am better. I attempt to reach the sword. A war is waged. My joints buckle and compulse. I feel my body scrambling on the floor like a rodent. She's winning.
Reed, what are you up to?
My vision glitches. I see Summers with the sword in hand.
I stopped her. I stopped her. Dr. Summers, please. There's not enough time. I need you to listen to me. I'm not falling for whatever trick this is. My son Newton. What happened to Newton? Please, we don't have time. She'll be back soon.
I attempt to regain control, striking all sides, but she keeps me at bay. I can feel that this is a struggle for her. Soon she will waver. I will not go quietly. You will return to your cage and you will be excised. I remember what it's like to be underwater when I was human. The muffled voices, the loss of your own, and the struggle for freedom. The sensation is the same. It is a prison. It is her prison, and I will not let her keep me inside it.
Mary, you need to help me. Ash wants me dead. You don't know what she's capable of. Help you. You are Ash. I am Lee. Lee? Newton, you wanted to know what happened to him. He didn't die. Not that day. Not in the rift explosion. What? Your bum's out the window now that we got the upper hand. No, he wasn't there when the lab detonated. I'll tell you everything. Just help me.
The other one's fighting back as I drag her from the surface. It's harder than I anticipated to put her back in her cage. Since she's awoken, her strength has grown. I must not allow it to grow any further.
Lee?
She's not here, and she will not return. I hope you two had a pleasant conversation. It'll be the last one you ever have.
Please, Mary. Newton.
Be quiet.
Ash, Lee, I don't care what your name is. Tell me the truth about my son.
Poor Dr. Summers. She's come at me with the sword, but her anger clouds her. It's easy to disarm her.
I should have known you'd resort to cheap tricks when I get out of this. Ow.
I will use anything at my disposal to reach my objective, Doctor. As she was going to threaten me, the words died on her tongue as I picked up what I came for, the sword. I feel the other one rising within me, trying to take control. That this blade will be used to threaten me a second time. I will not perish by its edge again. The other one will cease to exist once I destroy everything that embodies the past's weaknesses, and this sword is one of them. I snapped it in two and let the pieces fall to the ground. There is a wonderful silence, as though the prisoner inside me has faded away.
You broke it? Why did you even come here for?
I have no time for your questions. If you intend to get in my way, then allow me to teach you what it means to stand against me. The other one has met her end, and now you will too. She struggles against the snare. Her eyes are defiant even as she stares down the barrel of my gun. Her tendency is admirable, but it's not enough to keep her alive. My finger is on the trigger. I miss. I attempt to recenter my aim, but there is a resistance in my arms. She is still here. The other one has a hold of me, protecting the doctor, protecting her plan. I throw the gun to the ground. It clatters loudly, metal scraping as it skittles across the tile. Damn you, I will destroy everything binding you to this world.
Do your worst. You won't get the drop on me this time.
Dr. Summers has broken free of my snare. Her own weapon is leveled at me. Don't give yourself so much credit. This parasite must be eliminated. I know where to begin. The sword wasn't enough. I looked past Dr. Summers to the storage unit it came from. The screen glows with the name of that wretched scientist, next of kin. Paquette.
Paquette? What does Natalie have to do with anything?
Her word sparks a memory of the Marvin from days prior. Natalie, he called her. Or Watson. A granddaughter of one of his creators. I stare at the name on the storage unit. Natalie Paquette. Always the helpful one, aren't you, Dr. Summers?
I didn't. Where are you going? I shoot you, I swear.
Then shoot. You are the one who sought me out, demanding answers about your son. Perhaps I would take them with me when you put the bullet in my head. You are free to do what you please, but my target is somewhere else. I hear her lower her weapon. Once again, knowledge prevails. But what I know, the other one knows. Until I rid myself of her, I cannot be what I truly am. Perfection.
The lightning runs towards over my head. It is a fascinating piece of machinery. I hate to take it apart, but oh well. But if I'm right, and this is what I think it is. Ah, almost. Come, you silly thing. Got you. Yes, this is it. Magnifique. Taejoon's going to be so... A jolt runs up my back. I look around the platform. Nothing. Hello? I pick up my energy reader. It can't hurt to be safe. There shouldn't be any prowlers here. Was it just thunder?
You.
I spin so fast that I almost tripped. At first, I only see a shadow at the top of the stairwell. Then the shadow steps forward and... Oh, Ash, you scare me, though I guess that's not so strange. What are you doing here?
Paquette.
Yes?
You're Natalie Paquette, aren't you? Daughter of Luke Paquette.
That's right. I didn't expect you to note that.
I have learned much in recent days. The truth was locked away by my neurological programming. I did not know what or who I truly was. And then I remembered everything. Do you remember when I told you I was seeking information? What you said to me?
Well, I
was on a mission to find a memento from my past, the sword used to end my feeble human existence. That should not have been my end. The one who killed me was a pathetic fool. I could have bested her easily, but I was cut down by incompetence. I reclaimed what she took from me. I smashed the blade she used. It is proof that I am here, and she is not. But it woke something in me. I did not affirm my strength, as it should have. It fed a cancer that must be destroyed. Her influence, their influence, is still too potent. I will cut through it.
What are you? I step back. She follows me, her feet digging into the ground like spikes. I can see the reflection of storm clouds in the sword. She's pointing at me.
It is not enough to end their line. I will lay bare the rock carried by their name.
Gibraltar, Rave, Taejun, anyone. Stay away. I'm not afraid to fight.
Soon, I will be free. Free of everything dragging me down. Starting with you.
She strikes as fast as lightning. I swing, but hit only air. All I see is the gleam of her sword. And then... I'm falling. I'm okay? The water is warm but deep. My pylon is heavy and I paddle with all my strength to stay afloat. My chest hurts when she shoves me, but no wounds. When I look up, there are cliffs in front of me, casting everything in shadow. I had to stare straight up to see the top. The tip of the lightning rod stabs up into the sky. Ash is standing at the edge of the cliff, looking right at me.
Let us begin, Natalie Paquette.
She disappears like she was never there. Now I am really alone. I shiver even though the water's warm. I don't know what it's beginning, but I have to find out.
You. Calm yourself. You wanted a partnership, did you not? Speak.
I am looking for someone. I need information. Information the syndicate has.
So you thought I would betray them?
Not betray. There's something more going on.
Save your breath. I have no interest in the syndicate's petty dramatics. But you show promise. I will dispense a worthy pupil. Well, do you want my help?
Yes.
Good. Then follow me.
Okay, my legends, so now that I read the Trouble in Paradise chapters, I'm gonna be 100% honest with everybody and just say that this was such a disappointment. And the reason this is such a disappointment is because I think they really messed up when they tried to continue the whole Ash and Horizon arc. Honestly, this whole journey that Ash did was kind of pointless and unnecessary, and they should have really made the quest about the other legends. For example, Bangalore and Rave having like maybe a chapter where Bangalore explains that, hey, there was two Hestias, something to help prepare people for the cinematic, because the cinematic confused a lot of people too about Bangalore's lore, and all that could have been explained if they actually did a chapter that was based around that. Also, they could have made a chapter where Mirage talks about losing his brothers in this planet. It might find a clue that maybe they're still alive, or maybe they could have talked about Crypto and Caustic and how they used to live in this planet and how life was during the Outland Civil War. So many opportunities, so many stories they could have told. They told the one story that didn't make a difference, and honestly nobody really cared. And so in the end of the chapter, something actually exciting happened, and that was when Ash took Crypto as like an apprentice. That was exciting, and then unfortunately the story ended. And so all I could say is that in the future, if you're going to do this format, please hire the voice actors to read their lines. Because at least that way, at least people will be interested in the story than nobody caring at all. And so even though I still have a lot to say about this, the answer is very clear. Nobody likes to read, so you should just hire people to read it for them. And trust me, it will work. And so yeah, my legends, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.